Welcome back to the channel and Treasure Hunter. Today, we're talking about big money Washington $quarter coins from the United States of America. In this video, I'll show you why the 1996p and 1998p Washington quarters can be extremely valuable, and what rare details you should look for in your own coins. Some of these quarters are worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, so make sure you watch until the end. You might be holding a hidden treasure. Let's get started. First up, the Washington $quarter coin from 1996 with the P mint mark represents a common circulating coin from the United States of America that many people remember using in daily life during the late 20th century, and this coin carries the classic Washington design that began in the early 1930s and continued for decades, making it one of the most familiar coins ever produced. And the obverse shows the portrait of George Washington facing left, created by sculptor John Flanagan, and this design was chosen to honor the first president of the United States of America. And the coin from 1996 was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which uses the P mint mark, and this mint produced hundreds of millions of these quarters during that year, and because of this large production, the coin is considered common today, yet it still holds historical meaning and educational value for collectors, beginners, and people interested in American coinage history. The Philadelphia Mint, where the 1996p quarter was made, is one of the oldest minting facilities in the United States of America, and it has been responsible for producing circulating coins for generations. And in 1996, the mint was operating at full capacity to meet the needs of commerce and everyday transactions, and the Washington quarter was a workhorse coin used in vending machines, parking meters, laundry machines, and retail stores. And the P mint mark on the coin identifies its origin and helps collectors understand where it was produced. And although many people overlook mint marks, they are an important part of coin identification, and learning about mint marks helps new collectors build knowledge and appreciation for the hobby. The condition of a coin plays a major role in determining its value, and a 1996p Washington quarter in fine condition shows moderate wear with clear details still visible on the portrait and the eagle on the reverse, and in fine condition the hair details on Washington are worn but still defined, and the lettering around the rim remains readable, and the reverse design features a heraldic eagle with outstretched wings holding arrows and olive branches symbolizing strength and peace. And in fine condition, the feathers are partially worn, but the overall design is easy to recognize, and this level of preservation is typical for coins that circulated for several years. When discussing value, it is important to understand that the 1996p Washington quarter is primarily valued as a circulating coin rather than a rare collectible, and in fine condition its market value is generally close to its face value of 25 cents, and sometimes it may sell for slightly more depending on demand from beginner collectors or bulk buyers. And unlike silver quarters from earlier years, this coin is made of a copper-nickel clad composition and contains no precious metal value beyond its face value, and because of this its worth is based on condition, popularity, and availability rather than metal content. Even though the 1996p quarter is common, it still serves an important role in the world of coin collecting because it introduces people to grading mint marks and historical context, and many collectors begin their journey by examining everyday coins and learning to identify dates and mints, and this quarter is often found in collections assembled from pocket change and coin rolls, and it helps teach the difference between circulated and uncirculated condition and fine condition. Coins like this one represent a middle ground between heavily worn and pristine examples, making them ideal for educational purposes. From a historical perspective, the Washington quarter design reflects American values and national identity, and George Washington was chosen because of his role in shaping the nation, and his image on the coin reminds people of leadership, independence, and unity, and the eagle on the reverse reinforces these themes, and the continued use of this design through 1996 shows how deeply rooted these symbols are in American culture. And even though the design would soon change with the introduction of the state quarters program, this coin represents the end of a long era of traditional quarter design. Collectors who keep a 1996p Washington quarter in fine condition often do so as part of a complete date and mint set, and building such a set requires patience, attention, and consistency. And while this coin may not be expensive, it fills an important space in a collection and helps complete the historical timeline of the Washington quarter series, and many collectors find satisfaction in completing sets regardless of individual coin value, because the true reward comes from the knowledge gained and the story told by the collection as a whole. For storage and care, it is recommended that even common coins like this one be kept in a dry environment away from moisture and extreme temperatures, and placing the coin in a simple holder or album can help prevent further wear and damage, and handling should be minimal and done by holding the edges rather than the faces, and proper care ensures that the coin remains in fine condition for years to come and preserves it as a small piece of history that can be shared with future generations. When creating content such as a video about the 1996 P. Washington Quarter, it is helpful to focus on education, storytelling, and clarity, and viewers enjoy learning about everyday objects that have deeper meaning, and by explaining the history, minting process, condition, grading, and value, you help people see the coin in a new way, and long-form content allows time to explore details slowly and thoughtfully, making it ideal for collectors and history enthusiasts who appreciate depth and context. In conclusion, the Washington $quarter coin from 1996 with a P mint mark in fine condition is a common yet meaningful piece of United States of America coinage, and while its monetary value remains modest, its educational, historical, and cultural value is significant, and it represents decades of tradition, the work of the Philadelphia Mint, and the daily lives of millions of people who used it in commerce. And by studying and sharing information about coins like this one, we preserve knowledge, spark curiosity, and keep the history of everyday money alive for generations to come. Next up, the Washington $quarter coin from the year 1998 with the P mint mark, made in the United States of America, and this coin is part of the long-running Washington Quarter series that began in the year 1932 to honor George Washington, the first President of the United States, and the quarter is one of the most collected and recognized coins in American history, and the 1998 P quarter was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which uses the P mint mark, and millions of these coins were produced for everyday circulation, and because of that many people still find them in pocket change today, and collectors often ask about value, worth, history, and whether the coin has any premium over face value, and in this video we go deep into every detail so new collectors and curious viewers can fully understand this specific coin and its place in American numismatics. The obverse of the 1998 P. Washington Quarter features the familiar left-facing portrait of George Washington designed by John Flanagan, and this design has been used for decades with only small adjustments over time, and Washington's hair ribbon coat and strong facial features are clearly visible even on coins that have seen circulation, and above his head you will see the word Liberty, and in front of his face the motto "In God We Trust," while the date 1998 appears at the bottom, and the P mint mark is also located on the obverse just to the right of Washington's ponytail, and in fine condition. The main details like the hair and cheek are worn but still clear and readable, which helps determine grade and value. The reverse of the coin shows the heraldic eagle with spread wings holding arrows and olive branches, which symbolize strength and peace, and this design was used on quarters before the state quarters program began in 1999, making the 1998 quarter one of the last regular design Washington quarters before the famous state series started. And above the eagle is the phrase United States of America, and below is the denomination $quarter, and the eagle design is bold and detailed when new but in fine condition. You will notice wear on the eagle feathers, especially on the breast and wing tips, while the lettering remains strong and visible, which is important for collectors when grading the coin. The composition of the 1998 P. Washington Quarter is copper-nickel clad, meaning it has an outer layer of copper-nickel bonded to a pure copper core, and the total weight is about 5.67 grams, and the diameter is about 24 millimeters, and because it contains no silver, its intrinsic metal value is low compared to older silver quarters from before 1965, and this is one of the biggest reasons why most 1998 P quarters are worth only face value unless they are in very high grade or have special characteristics, and understanding the metal composition helps collectors avoid confusion when comparing this coin to older, more valuable quarters. Now let's talk about mintage numbers, because they play a huge role in value and collectability. The Philadelphia Mint produced over 800 million Washington quarters in 1998, which is an extremely high number, and because of this massive production, the coin is very common and easily available in circulated condition, and even uncirculated examples can be found in rolls, mint sets, and collections. And high mintage generally means lower value unless demand is unusually high or the coin has errors, varieties, or exceptional condition, and for the average fine condition coin, scarcity is not a factor. When grading a 1998 P. Washington Quarter in fine condition, you are looking at moderate wear across the high points of the design, but with all major details still visible. Washington's hair will show wear, especially above the ear, and on the ribbon the cheek will be smooth, but the outline remains clear, and on the reverse the eagle breast feathers will be mostly flat, while the wing feathers are worn but defined, and all lettering should be readable without strain, and in this grade the coin has clearly circulated but is not damaged, bent, or heavily scratched, which keeps it within the collectible grading scale even if the value remains modest. As for value, a 1998 P. Washington Quarter in fine condition is generally worth its face value of 25 cents, and sometimes collectors may pay slightly more if they need it to complete a date and mint set, but usually the market value stays very close to face value, and in uncirculated condition the value can increase to $1 or $2 depending on quality and eye appeal, while certified high-grade examples, like Mint State 67 or higher, can be worth more, but those are rare and usually come from mint rolls or original sets and not from circulation. Collectors sometimes search through 1998 P quarters looking for errors and varieties which can add value. Examples include off-center strikes, double die errors, clipped planchets, or die cracks, and while these are uncommon, they do exist and can make a normal quarter suddenly much more valuable, and this is why many coin hunters still enjoy checking modern quarters, even though most are common, and if you believe you have an error coin, it is best to compare it to known examples or have it examined by a professional coin dealer or grading service. The historical importance of the 1998 P Washington quarter also comes from its position as the final year before the state quarters program, which began in 1999 and changed coin collecting forever by bringing millions of new collectors into the hobby, and because of this the 1998 quarter represents the end of an era in American coinage, and many collectors like to keep one as a reminder of the classic design that was used for decades, and even though it is common, it still holds nostalgic and educational value, especially for those learning about United States coin history. In conclusion, the Washington $quarter coin from 1998 with the P mint mark in fine condition is a common circulation coin with a rich background, strong historical context, and steady popularity among collectors. Even though its monetary value is usually limited to face value, it plays an important role in understanding modern American coinage, grading mint marks, and collecting basics, and it serves as a great starting point for beginners and a meaningful piece for experienced collectors who appreciate the long story behind everyday coins. And if you enjoy learning about coins like this, be sure to keep exploring, because even the simplest coin can carry decades of history and fascination. Thanks for watching.